Welcome to the latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane Faith and Millennial at Heart, Stanley Roberts.
Do I got everything turned on? Now I do.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there.
Yeah, all you mothers.
Why you say it like that?
What?
Happy Mother's Day.
I said to all the mothers.
Oh, this is you said to all the mothers. Like
Well, Anon's early. What's up, Harold? Well, we got all the people here today.
What's up, Maria? Hi, Philip. Anon.
Oh, we got all the big ballers here today.
What's up, Harold?
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
How's everyone doing? How's this beautiful Mother's Day / May 14th going already? God,
May the 14th be with you.
No, that
No?
didn't work.
Oh.
Can't believe it's already mid-May.
Please, let's not do this.
Okay. I can't believe it's already May 14th.
Sound like a Jimmy Kimmel skit.
And then it'll be June. I can't believe it's already mid-June. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost Christmas. I should stop.
Yeah, you should.
Stop while I'm ahead.
I'm booked. Trip booked. I'm coming to California in June. Okay.
Oh, that's so sad, Gabriel. We won't be,
We'll be
here in
June.
June.
Oh,
We're going to be in
man.
Arizona.
Wow. We're going to be in Cincinnati.
Oh, man. Why can't you just go with it?
Oh, my bad.
Time flies as you get older. Scientific fact.
Fan?
Yes, that's because we have less time on this earth every single day.
You have exactly the same amount of time, 24 hours.
No, meaning to say every day that occurs is one less day we're here on this earth.
One less egg to fry.
Who said it was okay for you to sing?
One less man to pick up after. But all I do is cry.
Who sings that?
Well, right now it's me.
Oof, please stop.
Oh, he won't be in Northern California though. All right, so we can cancel our trip.
Oh, okay. He says you're gonna be in Arizona in June. I thought you left that place for a reason. Trust us, we did. That was just a joke. And June would be the worst time to go to Arizona.
Hoon or who lie?
Really?
What?
Hoon or who lie?
Yeah.
You lie.
Happy travels, Gabriel, from Maria. I got something you may want. It's a picture of you when you was little, I believe. It's a class picture from when you had glasses on. I think I already have that photo.
Oh, is that the one that you showed me?
Yeah.
Oh, that picture was.
Was it the one that wearing a turtleneck shirt?
You used to wear turtlenecks?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, wearing a turtleneck. Yeah.
You know what? I would kill to see you in a turtleneck now. I wouldn't really kill, but I would love to see you in a turtleneck right now.
Okay, so right now some lawyers like, okay, I would kill, see him in turtleneck. So then I have a turtleneck on, I end up dead. We go back. Did you say you would kill him to have a turtleneck?
No, I didn't say I would kill him. I said I would kill.
The fifth dimension.
Brian says, "Hi Stanley Roberts, miss you on News Channel 3. How come you're not on there no more? I miss your reports on there." Is that
Channel 3 was in
Arizona?
Arizona, yes.
Oh, well, we don't live in Arizona anymore.
Well, no, there's a reason why, and the reason why is because first of all, the station was sold. It's no longer part of Meredith, who was the one who hired me. Number two, they had a lot of layoffs and cutbacks when COVID hit. And normally when they have that kind of an issue, they make cuts. And so I was one of the people that was cut. Even though I was under a 3-year contract, they had a 2-year out, and they were looking for ways to cut. And so COVID gave it the opportunity to make that happen. Are going to be back in style. Watch. Turtlenecks are in style now, but that one looked more like I don't know. That looked more like a.
Can I see that picture?
No, I'm good.
Please.
No, that's
I think all the pictures of you are cute.
I don't know where that picture came from. I don't even remember that picture. Do you know there are no baby pictures of me?
Why not?
I was never a baby. I was born in 1896. They didn't have cameras back then. Duh.
I'm sure you're a really cute baby.
I don't know. I don't know if I was a cute baby or not. I'll never know because there are no pictures of me.
I wonder why. Are there pictures of your siblings as babies?
I can't find any pictures of me as a baby. Ever. It's like I never was born.
Well, of course you were born because you're sitting right next to me.
That's could be a trick of the Matrix. What if it turns out that you and I are actually a computer simulation, and that people have been watching us, and they go, yeah, I kind of known that they were a computer simulation. And
You have a really weird sense of humor.
that's not humor. That's
Oh.
what if.
Okay, you have a really weird way of thinking. Um, Brian says, glad you're doing okay and fine. Where do you live now?
We are in California, although one of our buddies who left Arizona to go to another state is now going back to Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? People are just moving all over the place.
Well, we
So
moved.
I know, but then the request came, do I want to go back to Arizona?
Do you want to go back to Arizona?
Not have to stand in the hot sun to tell people not to do something. You know, it's a little different when you're out in the sun out there and it's like 121 degrees and you try to tell people that don't run red lights. And it should be more like don't set yourself on fire because it's so darn hot.
I don't miss that heat. It was, I think, what was it, 75 where we were today?
Mm-hmm.
And that felt really good. Like, that's the perfect weather, 75 degrees.
Don't get me wrong. I like Arizona. It's a beautiful state. I know some of the people aren't that bright, but it's a
Some of the
beautiful
people
state.
aren't that bright everywhere, though.
Yeah,
There are
that's
people
true.
that aren't that bright here.
Well, yeah, but the heat is,
Yeah.
I mean, you literally have to tint your windows in your car.
Yeah.
You literally have to wear something on your hand so you don't burn your hand on the steering wheel.
It's beautiful. Like, I always felt like it's beautiful in the fall and the winter and part of the spring. But other than that, I can't take the heat.
So,
75 is too hot for me, says Anon.
well, it's
See,
funny thing, 75 in Arizona is like wintertime.
Well, see, the funny thing about 75 is me, born and raised in San Francisco, I used to think 75 was too hot for me, too. Then I lived in San Fernando Valley in Southern California, which is like LA area. Oh, man, we didn't. She talked while we were talking.
Mhm.
Okay, anyways, our little Alexa thing was.
Okay.
Oh, no, I never said yes, did I?
You said okay.
Oh man, our Alexa just started our Rosie the Robot. Rosie the Robot is our mop. Okay, anyways, what was I saying?
You said you told Rosie the robot to go rob the bank.
No. Oh, okay, so I moved to San Fernando Valley, and San Fernando Valley was always hot. So, like, we'd have 90-degree days. And then I never loved, like, 90 degrees, but 75 started looking a lot nicer. I mean, it's better than 90, right? So then I moved to Phoenix, and 75 looked really nice. And so now I'm back here and 75 is great.
So, interesting part about Arizona heat and California heat. So, I could deal with the heat in Arizona. It wasn't a problem because it was a dry heat. And there is significance to the dry heat part. So, when we came here for a Giants game, it was San Francisco heat,
Oh, yeah.
but it was so hot that I overheated, even though the temperature wasn't much of a difference.
Because you're also
I
directly.
was dehydrated.
Yeah. You're sitting directly in the sun, too.
Yes, and the daughter.
Wow, I prefer something along the 40 and 50s. Ooh, that's cold. Wait, Anon, where do you live again? I forgot. I thought you got rid of. No, we didn't get rid of Rosie the Robot. Should I tell her to stop?
Computer, cancel Rosie the robot.
Computer, send Rosie the Robot home.
Okay, here's that robot.
Never listen to me.
I'll tell Rosie the robot to end its cleaning job and return home.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Your kindness really gives me a charge.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, our house is fighting itself right now.
So let's see. Brian says, I never liked Arizona, nothing to see or do here. Moved to AZ in 84. I never liked it when I came then. My dad was in the service and had to come here. We lived in Georgia, and Georgia is way better than Arizona.
So I've been to Georgia. Georgia is very green, very open space. My sister lives in Columbus, Georgia, which right now, though, is considered killer Columbus because they're having so many shootings.
Mm-hmm. No.
But it's so funny because I told her, I said, "Oh, you live in the country," and she refused to admit that it's the country. I'm like, "You don't have no sidewalks. That's the country." And then the store you go to, this is the pure, unadulterated form of country. The store they go to is called the Piggly Wiggly. The Piggly Wiggly.
Is it like a grocery
It's a
store?
grocery store called the Piggly, and it's a giant pig. Oh, yeah, on the side out as part of its logo.
Oh.
And so when I went back there once to visit my sister because she's a breast cancer survivor, I took a picture outside the Piggly Wiggly, and my kids were like, "What? You mean that's a real store?" Yep, Piggly Wiggly is a real store, and it's interesting because they also have Publix.
Oh yeah,
They have a store called Publix.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I have family in
And
Florida.
then, but here's the thing I remember about Georgia and the whole South. So I drove to visit my sister, and I decided that I was going to go down to Mississippi. Is it Mississippi or Birmingham, Alabama?
Which one? I don't know.
Birmingham.
Okay.
So, because I wanted to see this is history, Black history, blah blah blah. So I'm and at this point I worked for CBS News, and so every time we went in the car, it would be a Cadillac. It was always a Cadillac. And for some reason, driving a Cadillac in those parts of the town there's a weird connotation.
Like you're rich?
I don't know what it is, but it was really a weird thing because you go into these little stores, they're like little tiny, like the little roadside stores. It's unusual that you'd see that. And then when how they say the fork in the road, because they give you directions, like go down to the fork in the road, and it's a real fork, not a fork you eat with, but it's the fork in the road is when it splits two different ways. Yeah. And so everything direction was either you go down yonder to the fork in the road, and then you go to the left on the fork. You follow the fork to the left, and then you go past the church.
The church?
Church, and then the speakeasy is the next block on the corner.
Where are we trying to get to again?
That's in Georgia. And then it was crazy because, like, I went to a family reunion in South Hill, Virginia, because my family hails from Alberta, Virginia, and they had this dinner where they served ham. What do you call it? The ham was Virginia ham. You hear about the Virginia ham. Oh my God, they should have called that Virginia salt.
It's just salt.
Oh my God, it's so salty. So I tried to eat the ham. It was so salty. It was like they had dipped it in salt and then took it out of the salt and then dipped the salt in salt and then dipped it back in salt and then served it to you.
That sounds gross.
Ooh.
So in comparison to honey baked ham.
Yeah, honey baked ham is good. But a lot of people won't eat honey baked ham because, it's a lot of people won't eat it because they say there's too much stuff in it. Too much this, too much of that. But I've actually bought one once. And it's weird because they're so expensive.
And people wait in line for those.
Remember I stood in line in Arizona for one? Stood in line for
on Dunlap, right?
Yep. Well, it was Dunlap and Olives. Can you remember we couldn't find it?
I remember that.
We're like, where's Dunlap? We're on Olive. How do we get on Olive?
And they run into each other.
And they're on the same street.
Yeah.
It's like somebody goes there because you end up in Glendale and Phoenix.
That Arizona confuses me. It confused me with their borders. I eventually got used to it, but then to that point, I got used to it and I left.
Yeah. So Harold was like, yeah, off yonder, past the creek, then over there, the oak tree patch. And so, you go to the speakeasy, but everything was non yonder. Now, if you go to Philadelphia or Camden or New Jersey or anywhere in that area, and you ask for directions, the directions are unlike California. So California, everything is north, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
And no one ever says go southeast. They just say go east. So the sun doesn't even set in the west here, it seems like half the time. Because you're going west and the sun's on the side of you. I'm like, how is that the west if the sun's on the side of me?
Not necessarily. I want to say that it does set west because
it does set west.
When I'm driving and the sun's in my face when I'm driving west.
But it's so bad in California that if you're in LA, the 101 freeway is north, south, east, and west.
Don't start that again. We don't get Gabriel started on talking about other freeways. Remember, we had this conversation like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but...
And you triggered Gabriel because he started talking about all these other ones that, do go in different directions. Let's not go there again.
Yeah, so it was weird because the police out there have blue lights on their cars in the south. Not blue and red, just blue. I'm like, Am I supposed to pull over? Because I'm not used to just the blue light.
Well, let's say one thing. If you decide not to pull over, you'll find out whether or not you
Well,
should have pulled over.
I saw a trooper once, and you know it's weird when you see a trooper on the freeway down there. They park in the center, because it's not like California where you can see the other traffic. So normally in some parts of Virginia and Georgia, so you're on this one side here, there's a bunch of trees, and then the other side. So the trooper sits right on the road and faces you.
Hmm.
And as he faces you, didn't it get dark all of a
It
sudden?
just got really dark. This is like even my monitor got dark.
Yeah, it's just the sun and everything. So it's really weird because I saw a trooper and I'm driving right, and I'm like, oh, I looked down, I immediately put my brakes on because I didn't want to get a ticket,
Hmm.
and I was actually doing my little speed limit already, but it was an automatic
But
knee
you're-
jerk reaction.
Of course.
See trooper, put brakes on.
Oh, why does the color of my screen keep changing?
I don't know. I give up. Why?
No, I don't know. It keeps changing. Oh, Betty Veronica says, Diane, I'm having baked salmon, harmony quinoa, and steamed asparagus and green beans.
So
That sounds good.
Ana wrote, I've never seen PD with red lights. Well, out here in California, they have red and blue. And you can tell the agency by the way the light configuration is. Like LAPD, I would know the LAPD lights
Mhm.
as opposed to CHP lights. And so we would know who was pulling who over before we got to it. And out here, though, red lights are strictly, if it's all red, it's fire.
Yeah, that's true. Not in Arizona.
And in Arizona, everybody has red lights in Arizona.
No, I know, but didn't we get no? But don't they also?
The tow
have-
trucks have red lights. Red.
No. There was something in Arizona where we got really confused when we first moved there, and I thought it was with fire. Don't they have? Do they have blue lights?
I don't remember. I just know that everybody has red lights out there. The funeral procession got red and blue lights with sirens.
Oh yeah, that's right. Remember they parked where we lived for like the longest.
Longest time.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're armed. I'm like, wait a minute, you are armed funeral escort?
Well, is that because
The dead people
Arizona
wake up?
Is it because Arizona is an open carry state?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't think nothing to do with that. They were literally so in Arizona. They have funeral funeral procession escorts, and they have red and blue lights like law enforcement. They have sirens like law enforcement, and they carry guns.
That's interesting.
Now, my question is, what situation would you ever be in where you'd have to draw your gun during a funeral procession? The guy gets up and runs
Do
away.
you remember the movie? What's that movie we just saw? What's the movie we just saw? Where the funeral procession like blocked him blocked the guy on purpose.
Oh yeah, that was. But
they were
Smokey
trying
the
to help.
Bandit.
Yeah, they were trying to help Smokey the Bandit get away.
Yeah.
By blocking the police.
Yes. But my question is, please, someone in the chat, tell me why would a funeral procession escort
You are having a hard time saying that word, huh?
need guns, red lights, and sirens to escort a funeral procession?
Procession.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I never understood that.
Gabriel says someone is commenting very inappropriate things on your Twitter post of this broadcast right now. Oh, that is just amazing. Come on, people.
I love inappropriate posts.
Let's get it together. Oh wow, Anon says fun fact, go to San Juan PR and their lights are green and yellow.
Green and yellow. Obviously, I would never pull
For
over.
police? That's really interesting.
I don't see them. Let me see what we got. Oh, yeah, that is inappropriate.
Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Yeah, well.
Who is that?
I don't know, but he just got blocked.
Oh my gosh, what is going on?
Yeah, so whoever it is, he's out. Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know why that would even come up.
But he wrote "love your work" and then it says this.
I know.
Are you gonna take off all this too?
I just blocked him completely.
Oh gosh.
So.
Okay, well that was inappropriate.
Yep.
And I'm glad, and I wasn't really happy to see that, by the way.
I know.
Thanks for showing that to me.
Sorry. Well, I got to see it.
But if you have to see it, I have to see it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's just great. Okay, moving on. Let's see. I'm trying to pick up in the chat.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Thank you, Gabriel.
Yes, thanks, Gabriel. I'm really sad that I had to see that though. Gross. Oh, Jeanette says I've seen it quite a few times in LA, probably because it's a gang banger funeral and folks are going to act a fool.
A gangbanger funeral. Well, I know, but we don't have a lot of gangbanger funerals in LA in Phoenix. And
I mean, I guess I don't think so. I never really knew.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird that you would go through that much. They would have. I mean, you would have that much stuff just to for an escort. I mean, I get it because in California here up in Tacoma, it says that you get fined for cutting through the.
Yeah, the funeral procession.
Yeah, but then again, I guess you have to think about that. Everybody in Arizona is armed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it because Arizona's open carry state?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of weird that these guys are their only job is funeral.
Well, maybe they're like funeral procession, but then they're also like security guards.
No, if you remember, AD Family did a story on it.
Oh.
And how you can just walk up there and show a document, and then they give you permission to put lights and sirens in your vehicle. And they were abusing it.
So I mean, some states are just different, you know. And I think that when we first moved to Arizona from California, especially being in California for so long, having these like different rules, we're like, really? Like there are some things that are like much more lenient in Arizona, and then there are other things that are like more strict.
Well, I know one thing for sure in Arizona, and someone and Brian just asked a question. I bet you guys are happy you don't live in Arizona anymore or no more. And I would answer that I liked Arizona. I didn't like the summers as much.
I liked certain things about Arizona, but I mean, but the thing is our family is here.
Yeah.
So we moved back to California to be back with our family, and that's really one of the main reasons. The other one was this was our home for so long, and we just really missed it. So it feels good to be back. Nothing wrong with Arizona, but I don't think for us. We thought it could be long term, and then we realized after a couple of years in, it wasn't really going to be long term.
Well, my goal was to do 3 years there, see if I like the 3 years, and if we like it enough, and we blend in well enough, then maybe we'll consider buying a home there. But we really did miss the Bay Area. We miss the people here.
Yeah,
and
we didn't miss Bay Area prices, but we missed the Bay Area.
Yeah. and I don't miss people posting nude pictures on my Instagram. On my
Wait, are
Twitter
they still
account.
doing it?
No, I blocked the person.
Oh.
But I don't get that at all. That one was. How can you even be allowed to do that?
I have no idea.
So all I can do is block it. I mean, I was left no option but to block that.
That was really.
So.
I'm mad that I saw that, by the way.
Are the funeral escorts sworn officers? No, they are not sworn officers. They're hello, Bill Van Ram. And they are not sworn officers. They are basically civilians who escort funerals to make sure that people don't cut them off. And they're armed. And with lights and siren. And it says on the side, funeral escort. But some people got hard. Hello, Celine. Some people got hard and loose with the rules. So they would literally put like a seal on the side of their car like they were law enforcement. So they got kind of carried away with it. And then what happens is that if you get carried away enough, then someone steps in.
And people might get confused too, like, because you
don't know. People get confused very easily.
Because like you don't know, you're driving and then you see like lights and sirens behind you, and you think it's law enforcement, and it turns out it's just the funeral escort. But who knows? Like, let's say, I'm not saying that the funeral escort had ill intention, but let's say they did and they wanted to pretend to be, law enforcement, then you're tricking someone. But then again, that's against the law. But
well, nowadays everything that's against the law is being allowed to take place sometimes.
Yeah.
Never understood that.
Yeah. Let's see.
And yes, everybody, if you just joined us, happy Mother's Day to all. Selena just said it again.
Happy Mother's Day. Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Amanda says I'm finally back in the Bay Area because Southern Oregon was not cool at all.
Yeah, Oregon's getting a really bad rap right now. A lot of stuff is going on.
She says hella Trumpers in Oregon.
Okay, well, you know.
To each their own.
What's up, Khalil? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So, if you were dressed in a uniform with a gun, lights and siren, and you pull someone over and pretend to interact with them as a law enforcement officer, then yes, that would be impersonating law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a fine line between saying, "Hey, you can't do this," to "Hey, I'm not really a cop, but I play one on TV."
Oh, speaking of TVs, we were out to lunch today for Mother's Day. So we took my mom out to a restaurant for Mother's Day, and we met this guy. He introduced himself, and he asked what we do for a living. He asked Stanley what he did for a living. Stanley says, "Oh, I work in TV."
Yeah, he goes.
And the guy goes, "Oh, what do you do? Oh, do you sell TVs or do you repair TVs?" And I started laughing. I was like, neither. Because it reminded me of the older lady said to you like years ago, remember?
Well, yeah, but that was in Vegas. So back in the day, I used to continually be shaved head with a beard. And for some reason, people would be like, "Oh, you must be a sports player."
Broad shoulders, probably.
Broad
too.
shoulders,
Yeah.
shaved head, I have 54-inch shoulders so they're pretty wide.
Mm-hmm.
And so people go, "Oh, you," and it's funny thing is, so I get accused of a lot of things. I was on Rodeo Drive and someone swore up and down I was a boxer. And they insisted I take a picture with them as a professional boxer. So that was one case. The other case was in Vegas, and she swore I was a football player. And I said, "No, ma'am, I work in TV." And she says, in her senior citizen voice,
Senior citizen voice.
"Yeah, senior." She says, "Sonny, that's nothing to be ashamed of." And I'm like, "I don't sell TVs, but okay, we'll go with it."
Yeah, well, so I think this was my first time to see someone actually say to you that, like, do you sell TVs or do you fix TVs? Because normally when people say they work in TV, and maybe this is just because I work in TV or worked in TV, I would assume someone was like in production or they worked in news or they worked in film, like, worked in movies or whatever. Not that they sell or repair TVs. So I thought it was funny.
That is funny. I just thought about this dude who thought that the guy who posted it, he thought that by posting it, it would end up in the live chat, and he was mistaken.
Oh gosh, I forgot all about that already.
Oh, I didn't forget, because that just bugs me when people try to do stuff like that.
Don't let them bug you. Not worth it.
No, I mean when they try to post nudity. That's the first time we've had a full frontal noodle shot, though, ever.
Yeah, and I really didn't want to see that.
Well, if I got to see it, everybody got to see it.
No, not everybody saw it, though. I saw it.
Gabriel saw it. He saw the areolas, too.
Can't.
Curtis the Mathis salesman. Oh, yeah. I used to love a good stereo system. They're hard to come by nowadays. Everything is either super complicated or poorly manufactured.
What?
Electronics nowadays, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything I think is kind of made for, like, to last for, like, maybe, like, 5 to 8 years.
Gabriel said there's no areolas on a man.
Oh, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
All right, we got to send you back, Gabriel, to anatomy class.
Oh, Anon says, I think it's a confusion of the word in and on. I work in TV. I work on TV. Well, Stanley said I work in TV.
I work in TV?
Yeah. Usually when people ask what industry we're in, we say we work in TV, not on TV. Because I get you could say, like, if you were like, because you're on air, if you were to say you were on TV, I would still think, oh, like you're on TV. Like, now you're not working on TVs. But again, that's just me. I think for someone who's been in the industry. So.
You tell them. 15-year industry.
No, I was in the industry more than 15 years.
Yeah, you're right. And I remember people also have selective hearing.
Oh, that's true too.
That's correct. Because I've seen people who I'll tell them everything they want to know, and then they still don't have it.
I hear that.
I know because I'm trying to. My mic is about to.
Detangle them?
No, my mic was about to go.
Was it about to go wee wee wee?
Really?
That's what it sounded like you were gonna say.
No.
That's true. People do have selective hearing, especially if they are trying to think about what they're going to say next and they're not actually listening to what you're saying. People do that a lot in conversation. Like you're still talking and they're like thinking, oh my God, what am I gonna say next? So they're not like active listening and they're like thinking about what they're gonna say next. So you say something and then you stop and then they're like, wait, what? And they're confused.
Are they inactive listening or active listening? It was a question. I have a question.
Don't raise your hand.
Why is my laptop? It's you know what? Is this thing not turned on? My laptop keeps giving me low power.
My thing keeps going dark. No, because my computer's charging, but my my monitor keeps going down in
You just
brightness.
that too, huh?
No, my monitor keeps
Yeah.
going down in brightness. Yeah.
That's unusual. It doesn't do this.
Hopefully my laptop's okay. It's kind of hot.
Ooh, baby.
We have a lot going on.
I don't know. Something's going on.
Why are we always having issues with our electronics?
I don't know.
Yes, Anon, just like how people don't read signs. So true.
All right, guys. Thanks for monitoring those tweets. Let me know if anything else comes up. Ugh.
Also, don't forget, if you're on YouTube, please give us a thumb up.
A thumb up.
Thumbs up. Why, is there more?
No, I'm just trying to block them, but the picture's still there.
It is? I don't see it. I don't understand how someone could let that, how they could let that go through.
Oh, well, I mean, Twitter, they don't have like Twitter people going, oh, I mean, remember he fired half the people there.
No, like monitors.
Yeah, the hall monitors.
Mm.
So, oh, by the way, as I said once, I'll say it again. I'm working, testing out with an app on your phone called Newsbreak.
Newsbreak.
So it's Newsbreak app. Download the app. It's 100% free. And I'm going to start posting stuff on there first. And so and here's an interesting part that I learned. So I posted one video of the August 31st takedown of a prolific shoplifter in Arizona. Our last day there.
Wait, hold on. Is that the one with where the guy goes, what the deal?
Yeah, what the deal? And so when I posted that same video, August 31st, on YouTube, it got a total of 400 views. 400 views.
That's it?
That's it. And it's been up for 6 months. It's good video. So I'm surprised as to why, that video got 400 views when I've seen videos that don't deserve that many views. But let me double check the views. I'm going to tell you for sure.
Also, Gabriel says you can't delete the picture, unfortunately. He reported it, which is the best that can be done. You can also hide it, but he's found that hiding a reply only draws more attention to it.
Yeah.
So you can't actually delete it.
Yeah, it's too bad. So.
Wait, Betty Veronica, which word does it rhyme with? What does that start with? Wait. I don't know. What's the word you're talking about?
Yeah. I thought you said what's his name?
What?
No, never mind.
I don't actually. Twitter is one of the social media sites or apps that I don't use. I have a page, and I'm trying to do more with it. But my social media of choice is actually Instagram. And I'm starting to not be as active on that either, which I need to kind of change around. But
anyway, so I put it on Newsbreak, and as of less than a week, I want to point this out to you, and I'm going to it because I want to make sure I got the numbers right. So in less than a week, that one video that I posted that only got 400 something views, or maybe a little more, right now is at a level of 1 million.
Wow.
It literally beat 1 million views.
So what the deal?
Yeah. So it's went to 1 million views in 6 days. Wow. And I've had it for 6 months and it got 400 views on YouTube. So I've been saying forever that my videos have been throttled backwards, and um, the algorithm.
Well, Gabriel also says how many followers do you have on Newsbreak? Way less.
I have 300 followers on. Well, no, 2,000 on Newsbreak.
Way less than Twitter, though.
Yeah, Twitter. I'm about to turn 30,000 on Twitter, but I'm talking about Instagram. I mean,
Way less than
on
Instagram.
YouTube, I have 10,000. But
and on Instagram, you have 10,000 also, right?
Right. Yeah, just slightly over 10,000 on YouTube, but now I have 2,000 on Newsbreak, and it's got over 1 million views. I'm sorry, but it's the same exact video. I did nothing new to it.
Yeah.
I changed nothing. I just took it and moved it over, and 1 million views in 6 days. That is incredible. And yes, on Twitter, I'm at 29,992. Thank you, Gabriel. So it's almost 30,000. I keep going back and forth between that 30,000 mark. So I get close to it, and then something happens, and then they take it down. I mean, it goes back down, then it comes up again.
I can't even get up there. I probably have 200 on my.
You have to dance more.
No. You don't dance.
I'm just a gigolo.
You don't dance.
Remember that song? You don't dance, you're just a gigolo.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I'm not dancing. I mean, I'll dance if you dance, though. I'll dance with you.
You can dance if you want to.
Will you stop singing? Okay, so, babe, are you still thinking about the post?
No.
Okay, so
I'm reading
Oh, okay. Oh, because if you weren't going to comment on anything, I was gonna move on to our next topic.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but if you're reading something,
No, I'm done. Nothing's jumped out at me. What's your next topic?
Playoffs.
Oh yeah, look, I just found an email I want to read.
Wow, really? Okay, so you guys know that I think last week or the week before we were talking about NBA playoffs. We probably have talked about it every single week. Both of our teams were in the playoffs. Both of our teams are now not in the playoffs. Jeanette, congratulations, because I know you're a Lakers fan. Although, in my opinion, I think the Nuggets are going to beat the Lakers. We'll see.
I think you jinxed me, but that's okay.
I did not jinx you. You jinxed me because I asked you, who do you think is going to win tonight? This was on Friday. And he goes, I said, do you think the Warriors are going to win tonight? And this was on Friday. And he goes, no. I was like, wait, what? You just straight up didn't even think about it. You just straight up said no. And we lost. And then today, his 76ers lost.
Yeah, because you came and watched the game. Whenever she comes to watch the game, they lose.
Anyways, so Jeanette thinks that the Lakers are going to win. So here's how I think it's going to stack up. And if you're not a basketball fan, don't worry. We'll talk about this for a few minutes and then we'll move on. So how I think this is going to to pan out is now it's going to be the Lakers Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are going to be the Lakers, and it's going to be the Heat Celtics. Now, in all honesty, I think the Celtics are probably going to beat the Heat, but I would prefer to see the Heat beat the Celtics because I prefer to see a number 8 seed team beat a number 2 seed team.
I have a new thing that I think about.
What?
So June 1st is the playoffs, right?
The finals.
The finals. LA County is going to have a large earthquake, and it's going to cancel all games, and it's going to be in the bubble.
You know, the Lakers won when they were actually in the bubble in 2020, and someone said, and I thought this was hilarious, but someone was like, "Man," and the Dodgers also, I think, won the World Series that year too, in the bubble. So, and I lived in LA for a little bit, but I'm still a diehard Bay Area fan. The person that said this said that sucks. LA teams can only win when they're in the bubble. Because I think the Dodgers hadn't won since 1988,
I'm gonna say this,
right?
76ers should have won, but Mister, I'm too good to shoot the ball.
Okay, James Harden only had 8 points in today's game. He definitely did not. No, I think it was 9 points. Because I looked up Klay Thompson in our game only had 8 points. So the people we needed to show up or the players we needed to show up didn't show up.
I'm thinking if you're getting paid $44 million to show up to play basketball, well, damn it, you better play basketball every day like it's the last day of your life.
And easy for us to say, though. We don't know what's going on in their minds.
44 million. You better make something go wrong in your mind.
I mean,
If someone gave you $44 million to make pancakes every day, I can guarantee you those will be the fluffiest pancakes every single day.
So when James Harden his first game of the series between the Celtics, when he when he had 45 points in one game, game one, and you guys beat the Celtics. What do you think was different from that game one to like the rest of the games? Because he didn't show up from almost all of the games, except for game 4.
He showed up for game 1 and he showed up for game 4, and then in between that he was like, "Yeah, I don't feel like shooting." He would second guess himself.
Do you think people? I think people get in his head though.
No, come on, $44 million.
I don't. Okay, money isn't everything though. Like for us.
Okay,
right?
let me ask you a question.
Okay, no, let me ask you a question. You get paid to do a job, right? You do your job. So let's say people behaving badly, caught misbehaving. You go out for your segments every single day, like when you were working with the station, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go out for your segments. You do a day turn every single day. You get paid to do your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't you just have some off days though?
Okay. Just for the record, let's say you do have an off day, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you are producing a show, and
I've had an off day.
On this particular show, though, when you're producing, you have 200 executives watching your show because they think that you may be the next big person in the TV industry, and you get there and you screw it up for the show. You know, they were going to pay you $40 million, and all you had to do is watch. All you had to do is put out. All you had to do is work for 20 minutes.
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, a basketball game is not 20 minutes. A basketball game is 48 minutes.
Hold on. Well, that was annoying. Internet keeps reloading stream, causing chat to reload and post the same post multiple times. Oh, I'm sorry you're going through that.
I didn't see that.
I'm not seeing it, but on his end, it's glitching.
Jeanette says it's still a championship to us LA fans. No, I get that. You guys won in 2020. It was in the bubble. That's fine. You guys still won.
That's how she threw out the bubble part, right? I'm just saying that because
because that's what we initially said, that it was in the bubble, and she says it's still a championship to us, and that's true. It is still a championship, whether it was in the bubble or not. I'm just saying that one of my friends made this, like, just put this two together and said, oh, the LA fans only can win in the bubble because it had been a while before LA teams had won previously. And I'm just repeating that. And I'm saying it doesn't matter if it's in the bubble. Yes, it's still a championship. They still won. And the Lakers will win championship number 18 this year. Okay, let's see how that plays out. I honestly, just looking at the teams though that the Lakers are going to go up against potentially, I don't see it. I think the Nuggets.
No, we have a Boston.
And again, this is my opinion. I think the Nuggets are a stronger team. I do, and I would have said this. The thing is I'm a Warriors fan, but I also saw that the Warriors had a lot of we had a lot of things that weren't working for us either. I think the Nuggets are a stronger team, not just because they're the number one, but when I watch them play, they're really good. Lakers are really good too, but we'll see. I don't want to get all technical because
so I have a question for you real quick.
What?
Anon. And don't look at anything. Don't read anything.
Okay.
Where is he from?
He told me earlier he was from the East Coast. He said he was from Boston.
Okay.
Because he said, I asked him what
No, he wrote Boston. I'm just.
When he said he likes 40 to 50 degree weather, I asked him where he was from. He said Boston.
How do you eat your clam chowder in 40 degree weather?
Oh, I was from earlier and you missed it. No, Anon, I didn't miss it. I actually just didn't repeat it because we were in conversation with something else. But I do remember seeing that. So I'm assuming you're a Celtics fan. And if you're not, correct me. But I'm assuming you're a Celtics fan. And Stanley is a 76ers fan. So you guys just beat his team today. And now you guys are going on to play the Heat.
They're going to play in the Heat?
They're going to play the Heat.
They're not playing in the Heat.
They're not. Celtics, Heat. That's a good mix.
Boston.
I'm
from Boston.
Betty Veronica says nuggets sound good, but she's talking about the food.
You know that lady that sued McDonald's because the nuggets were too hot?
I think it's because her child burned her. Yeah. They won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird though. 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Why overheat my nuggets?
And let me burn my.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the fact that it was her daughter, though. I mean, I think.
Well, why don't you feed your kid hot nuggets in the first place without checking them? Here, kid, eat these sizzling hot nuggets.
I don't know, but they won. Betty Veronica says Stanley's full of dad jokes. Okay, tell the joke. Oh man! So when we were out to lunch today, our waitress was very, very nice, really sweet.
Server.
Oh, server. I'm sorry. Our server was very, very nice. And Stanley ended up telling like a couple of dad jokes. So what's the one? Because you already told the other one like a few weeks back.
What did the male buffalo say to his son buffalo when he's leaving to go to college? Bye, son. I'll be here all week.
Oh my gosh. And then we had a friend who apparently is king of dad jokes too.
Oh yeah.
Who shot a video and he did a reel, our friend Greg. He was riding on his bike through this area and he had the camera facing himself and he says, "You guys, I'm going through a lot."
Anyway, you wait to hear this. Oh my God, what's going on? What happened?
And then he turns the camera.
And he's literally driving through a parking lot.
And he's driving through a parking lot. And I was like, I can't.
So he has challenged me to
literally cannot.
He has challenged me to dad jokes.
Oh my gosh, may the best dad win, I guess. Because both of you guys are both like so bad.
So Anon said, "I'm not really a sports fan, but I will cheer for the home team."
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's gonna cheer for the
Lakers.
Celtics then. He's from Boston.
Lakers.
That's Jeanette.
Let's see if you're paying attention.
Oh, Anon says, I think the Nuggets caused third-degree burns.
The Denver Nuggets?
No, the Nuggets the child from McDonald's was eating.
Oh, I was like, man, they're on fire.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know if it's third-degree burns, because that means that if it was a third-degree burn, that would imply that, because third-degree burns is where the tissue is scarred forever. So I'm assuming it was second-degree burns, because third-degree burns meant that, I mean, you couldn't even touch them if they were if they're really that hot.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about burns.
Yeah, second degree.
I think.
So here's the deal. So first degree burns is redness. Second degree is the skin peels a little bit. The third degree is like it gets into the epidermal layers and causes permanent damage if you skin grafts.
Oh.
And I'm assuming if they ate into a nugget, chances are they second degree burns inside their mouth.
Oof. I mean, I don't know the whole story, so I'm not going to comment, but that just sounds very painful.
Well, anything burning is painful.
I know.
I've never heard of a happy burn.
Some people like.
Well, some people, we got people I hate that are just straight up
We do.
bizarre.
No judgment. No judgment.
I'm judging.
No judgment. Brian says, Stanley, you probably already heard, but the Suns got rid of their coach, Monty Williams.
They got rid of him as soon as the ball hit. They go, you lost.
When the Suns lost that game, when they lost what was it? Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I think whichever day it was. When they lost that game, I knew in my head, I was thinking they're gonna get rid of Monty Williams. I don't think that they should have, in my opinion, but I know that that's how the NBA works. So what was this? The second year where they had made it to the playoffs, and then Game 7 they had lost by 30 points.
I could be a great basketball coach. I can see it now. Okay,
no.
Everybody gather around.
No.
Okay, see that little hoop over there? I want you to put that orange ball through that hoop as many times as possible before the buzzer goes off. If you do that, we can move on.
Oh my gosh.
All right, now go get him.
The worst coach ever.
What?
The worst coach ever.
I'm going to be fired no matter what, right? So why do I have to go above and beyond if I'm going to be fired anyway? So I tell them, this is how you play ball. Shoot the ball into the hoop. I'm here to help you. I'm your coach.
Shoot the ball into the hoop.
Yeah. And then, and don't foul.
I think coaching is more than just that, babe. You got to come up with plays.
You said you think.
So
that means it could.
No, it is more than just that.
Well, no, that's why you have assistant coaches. Their job is to come up with plays. Your job is to be out there and say, okay, guys, you got the plays. Now play it.
You'd be the worst coach ever. Where's Coach? Okay, go and coach.
Hello, David. Welcome. It looks pretty sunny there still. Just like my place, you must have an eastern exposure. You two and me need to move to a shady spot. So actually, we are facing the west.
The west, yeah.
We are facing the Pacific Ocean. If we leave our front window, our next move would be what, Japan?
No, it'd be the Pacific Ocean.
No, would it be North Korea?
Pacific Ocean.
As the crow flies. If we were to fly to the next body of land, what would it be?
Pacific Ocean.
Body of land.
Pacific Ocean. I don't know.
Say that then. Don't be saying Pacific Ocean is the body of land. Jeez Louise.
Who's that?
Jeez Louise?
I'm just kidding. Wait, I typed in map so I could go look, and MapQuest came up. I didn't even know MapQuest was still a thing.
Thomas Guide still comes up.
Oh my god. Remember when you used to print out MapQuest directions before you would leave the house?
Yeah, no, then you'd have it in pages.
You have it in pages, put it on the passenger seat, and then drive and then look.
Yeah.
Sunsets in the west.
Oh,
yes, we knew that.
That's always. Yeah.
Oh, he's saying that to David. Okay.
So we have an eastern exposure, but what's going on right now is
No, we have a
western exposure.
western, yeah.
What you're seeing back behind us right now is fog.
Oh yeah.
A large amount of fog, fog.
Brian says a lot of Suns fans don't like what they did to Monty Williams. I don't blame them. I don't think, especially since I think that, I mean, I get it, but I don't know what kind of changes are going to come to the Suns as far as players go. But yeah, I don't personally, I'm not even a Suns fan, but I personally don't agree with what they did to Monty.
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to do something really crazy tomorrow. I'm going to go out and buy a Thomas Guide. And my entire 6 months of my life, I want to get directions with strictly a Thomas Guide and not anything else.
I'm not riding in the car with you.
Just a map, Thomas Guide.
I'm not going to ride in the car with you then.
And then I need to get from page 119 to page 375. Oh, you're going to be holding the map.
Nope. Nostalgic MapQuest.
So yeah, I remember the piece of paper is like, let me see it.
I'd be mad when I leave it on my printer though.
No, you know what the worst part is? Your newspaper. So this is the best part about MapQuest. So you got it and you print it all out, and here's your MapQuest, and you sit down in the chair next to you, so that way you can keep track of where you're going. And then all of a sudden, some idiot cut you off, and the map goes flying
on the floor.
And then you can't get to the map anymore because you're on the freeway.
Yeah, I don't know. How long ago was that? How long ago did we do that? Was that like early 2000s?
I was doing MapQuest in 1998 when I worked at Cron.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Thomas Guide and the MapQuest.
I think I was doing it. Well, I didn't start driving until like 2000.
You know my favorite part of MapQuest? Mm-hmm. My absolute favorite part of MapQuest. Can you guess what that was?
No.
When you go through the hassle of printing out the entire map, get in your car, you go drive away and realize that the map is still on the printer.
That's what I just said, Beeb.
No, I'm talking. You said something different.
No, I said, well, it sucks when you leave it in the printer and you're already in the car and you have to drive back to go get the directions. I've done that a couple of times.
I like it now when your map is like turn left, turn left, turn right, turn right, turn left, turn left. I'm like, I hadn't left the garage yet. Or it says, or when it goes, please go to the designated location. I'm like, I am in the designated location.
I used to hate it when, remember we had the German? Wait, is it Garmin? No, it's Garmin.
Yeah, you had German, that's it.
No, I said German, but it's Garmin, right?
Yeah.
Remember when it used to say you go to the wrong area and it used to be like recalculating.
Wait.
What?
Adam wrote, A9 wrote MapQuest up to late 2000s. So the late 2000s. Yeah.
I think he means before 2010. He means before 2010. Because then afterwards you mean 2010.
No, he sees it 2099.
Well, that's okay. Well, if you're looking at the whole century, fine. I mean, not even the whole century. Sorry. If you're looking at the whole, like, what do you call it? Not century. What is it? The whole decade. Wait. No, okay, not decade. What am I saying here? Not the whole century. What's after the whole millennium, right? What am I saying here? Help me.
Her? What are you guys with?
What am I
South
saying here? Help
Her?
me before Gabriel just basically puts me on blast.
You just said her. You just went straight up south, like the country.
I don't even know what I just said right there.
You said her.
Brian says you guys have a nice house. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's actually what you're looking at is a green screen. We actually live in a cardboard box. What?
You're doing too much.
All right. Well.
David F. Baum says, corrected a Western sunset, beats on an Eastern house, which is me, but I did the Thomas Guide sheet number B4 and grid back in the day. I never did the Thomas Guide because I wasn't driving yet.
Nope. When we worked in the news business, we had 2 Thomas Guides. We had 3 Thomas Guides: Napa, San Francisco, Peninsula, and San Jose. And so sometimes you would have Peninsula, and then it would be on the next book would be San Jose.
Oh, so then you'd have to like turn.
So
driving.
So I would call. Yeah. So I mean, it's funny how we like now we like you don't talk to your phone, but we had people that were literally like
with papers and stuff,
scrolling through books trying to figure out where they're going.
Yeah.
Right.
Oof, that doesn't sound right. Okay, so Anon says I remember using MapQuest between 95 and 2008. Yeah, I think I remember. I think what it was for me too is I used it because I didn't start driving until 2000. So I think I used it from 2000 up until like I got my first iPhone in 2009, but I think I was using it up until the before 2010. And then I think you got me the Garmin GPS like 2009. And then I think I used that up until like, I don't know, was it until I moved to LA, and I think I used it for a couple of years in LA, and after that I just used my phone.
Thank you, David, for the super sticker. We appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
Character riding a firework rocket is spraying for bursting into the sky. That's what it's real.
Oh wow, an Atlas book. Wow. Long live the Thomas Guide. Yeah, I never used a Thomas Guide before. Thank you, David F. Baum. Now, David F. Baum, I have a question about your name. Is it really David F. Baum?
That's what it says.
I'm just curious because you were David F. Baum?
Yes.
Like F. Baum?
Yes, I got it. Is that you, F. Baum? F. Baum? F. Baum? He'll explain it to you.
I don't think I sound like that, but okay.
Baum?
Oh, that's funny, Anon. I may still have that
Well, I remember
book somewhere.
when I went to travel a long time ago, before they had the books, I carried a globe.
And you were like
spinning it around, trying to figure out where I'm going to go.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you detailed.
The hardest part was trying to zoom in. All right, like where you want to go, you spin the map, you go here.
So my question is where would you, now that we have all this technology, would you ever go back to the way it was?
No.
Printed out on MapQuest?
But David, please explain the Thomas Guide. I know Stanley used it. So the Thomas Guide, I did.
Yeah.
I'll explain it, but I think Dave hadn't popped in yet. So the Thomas Guide was, everything was on pages. And so when I worked in the news, when I first started in Cron in San Francisco, well, let's go back. Salinas, everything was done through. So if they sent me on an assignment, I would literally say what page on the map on the Thomas Guide.
On the Thomas Guide.
So you can go to the page and find it quicker.
Yeah.
And then you had to go and
like the coordinates.
Coordinates. You had to go try to figure out the coordinates to know where you're going.
Wow.
And then that's why I was able to get around better, because once you figure out the cross streets, so I would cross-reference the main street to the cross street.
That's why you're so good at like finding places without actually having to look up the directions.
Right, because with the map, you tend to, you go, A and F or wherever it is, and you cross them, and then come down, and it meets a spot, and you go, okay, it's where I need to go. And then you go in your head, okay, I know where this is, I know where this is, I just need to get to that point. And then, and a lot of times, though, I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of times when we were tracing news stories, all you had to do is chase the helicopters.
Oh, Because they were already like hovering overhead to
Helicopters.
get there.
Well, if you were in LA, LAPD, LA Sheriff, they would always be, the chopper would be there first.
Mhm.
And so once you saw the chopper and you saw what was doing, you figured you were right in the close right area. And so then you would pull up and pull all your gear out and try to get something ready to be live on TV. So people go, wow, that's great footage. I wish the mainstream media would carry this. I'm like, you are watching mainstream media.
Wait, let's see.
And Jeanette wrote that Stanley from Philly, all the streets are grid-like, which is interesting you said that because we were told that Phoenix was all grid-like
Yeah.
until we got to Phoenix.
To a certain extent, it is, but not the entire.
No, there's some areas where you drive into and you can't get out.
It's a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like mountains. They just put random mountains right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And then the streets change.
And they like you run into another like the name changes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's remember that Moon Valley where we went for the decorations?
For the Christmas, yeah.
So that one was unique because you couldn't just go straight to it because there was a mountain in the way.
Yeah.
So
We had to take the 17, I think, right?
Yeah.
Anon says, did you know map makers would add false info on their maps to catch people who plagiarize their maps?
Nice.
I did not know that. So like, but like, what kind of false info? Because I'm assuming that it can't be false and misleading people where to go, because then wouldn't people be like, this is inaccurate?
The biggest way
to
catch a plagiarizer is to misspell something.
Oh yeah.
And then wait for them to copy it over and have the same misspelling.
Mm-hmm.
Easy catch.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like a misspelling.
Yeah, like or you'll abbreviate a word that doesn't need to be abbreviated.
Yeah.
And then you go back and go, well, yeah, did we make this map ourselves? Yeah, it's funny you made the map yourself. Because everything on this map is exactly what I wrote. Exactly, down to the detail.
So, like, if there was a place that had one L, you would add another L or something.
Yeah.
Just to misspell it.
So going back to Phoenix. So we lived the grid in Phoenix where we were in Phoenix proper. And we were at 3rd Avenue and Indian. So Central was the main strip. Central.
Mm-hmm.
So on the east side of Central was 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th Street. And on the west side of Central was 1st Avenue, 2nd Avenue, 3rd Avenue.
All the avenues.
And in some cases, the avenues went all the way down to 400 Avenue.
Yeah.
Like,
411, I think.
so you literally could drive in Phoenix for 2 hours and never leave the town. It was just so big. But you go, well, wait a minute, how big is it really? So in retrospect, San Francisco is 7 feet, seven.
You almost did it.
7
by 7.
7 miles by 7 miles, 49 square miles. And
That's hilarious.
But Phoenix is 519 square miles.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you an idea, that's about the same size of Los Angeles County.
LA County?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that's just Phoenix, not everything else around it. So just Phoenix, where PD would patrol. See, with LA County, you would have the sheriff would patrol part of it, and LA would patrol the other part. But in LA, it's all LA. You know, the sheriff does work out in like some areas, like in LA, the sheriff works out in like Watts. But if you go to Phoenix, there was no sheriff. I mean, the sheriff worked out way out in the boondoggles, like where people get trapped in their cars. Yeah.
Albuquerque is grid-based. The railroad tracks are the dividing line. Oh, dividing line, east, west, and Central Avenue, Route 66, north, south. Interesting.
Oh, so Anna just quoted with, he goes, false info such as misspellings or even changing the name of the street types, such as a street called First Street, but on the map it's labeled as
First Road. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're kind of right along those lines with the misspellings.
Yeah.
But okay.
But that's how you catch people. You just write something wrong and then you wait for it to appear with the same exact spelling.
Yeah, I never really thought about people plagiarizing maps, but I mean, I guess like if you're lazy.
Brian Luce here wrote, "You're funny, Stanley," and I don't know what I'm funny about, but okay. You just big happy laughing.
You are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's referring to your dad joke.
No, this is something in the last 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. Maybe he was referring to how you coach basketball.
Well, I mean, if they paid $44 million, I'd be like, yeah. And you know what I never understood? Because they'd be out there like drinking Alka-Seltzer and because they're getting all this 10 stuff.
Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer and Pepto-Bismol, and because their stomachs are all screwed up. I'm like, look.
They are?
The coaches. They be stressing out.
But they drink that stuff on the sidelines?
No, you'd probably see it behind, they go behind the back. I mean, I remember Tommy Lasorda, when I used to go down to see him and just sit in his office with him, and he'd be sitting there just eating food, right? Food hanging off his teeth, just eating, because he just fed the game, he stuffed his face.
So they basically didn't learn how to eat parasympathetically, huh? What?
Nothing. And then Pia Zora, and I'm sitting there with him, and all of a sudden Pia Zadora would call, and he would stop everything and talk to her for 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, I gotta get this interview done so I can take it back to the office. But it was Tommy Lasorda. He didn't care that you had to put this back on the news. He just wanted to finish his meal and make his phone calls, and then he'd do a quick interview. And he would do all this, and then he would talk to you for like 30 seconds. And
the worst, basically made you wait then.
Yeah, and the worst part about covering sports is that if the team won, they would play "We Won" music in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really hard when you're in the locker room trying to record an interview with the team that won, and you have to be very careful when you're in the locker room. And I explain this to you as
because of cursing.
No, cursing is the problem. It's just that you got a bunch of basketball players or football players. The game is over. The shower is like 50 feet away.
Oh.
And so they just rip off all their clothes. They walk around buck naked.
I mean.
And you're like trying to do an interview, and these guys are like walking out with, just meat flying all over the place. I'm like, how do we do this so it doesn't end up? And then that was before they had women.
Well, maybe that's why you probably should not do it. It shouldn't be like locker room interviews. Then it should be interviews before they head to the locker room.
Well, you get them after the game's over. They go straight to the locker room.
Yeah. But sometimes, like at the end of the games, like you'll see the reporters will get them still while they're on the court before they head back.
Oh, Brian was saying when you said about you living in a cardboard box, and I said your house is a nice house. Yeah, we're just using green screen. Nothing is real here.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Or is it not?
Or is it not?
Or is it really a cardboard box?
Or is it really a cardboard box with an antenna?
You'll never know.
We could be in the Matrix.
Oh my gosh. It is so dark in here now.
I know, but we're lit up nice.
I know, it actually looks better when it gets darker, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, in my opinion. That's why they now have post-game press conferences. Exactly, that's true.
But back in the day, though, we literally would see people's meats just hanging out while we trying to do interviews.
Man,
why you
gotta talk about it like that?
And women weren't allowed to. And then the women started arguing about we need to be able to cover the story too. And so they started doing outdoor press conferences where they would sit on a table because, obviously you can't have a boy walking there with a bunch of, at that point, naked men walking around. And they go take a shower and then they walk out there. And it's like, really, dude? I'm trying to do an interview and you're like Oscar Mayer wieners all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it.
Wiener. Anything wrong with what?
I'm just saying that it made it hard for you to try to record video, and the music was so loud you couldn't do an interview because all you could hear was it. But if they lost, it was crazy. You still had the sausage fest, but what you didn't have was everybody was all humdrum. It was like they had just lost $1 million. They lost the game.
Yeah, they're all sad. They lost. I get it.
Somebody has to lose.
That's true. And the 76ers did that today. And my Warriors did it on Friday.
Yeah, don't clown because I'm worried.
I'm not clowning. I'm just saying your team. I said your team more because it was more recent, and then mine was on Friday. Maybe it's because you didn't wear your jersey today.
It's nothing to do with it. I'm not superstitious.
You should wear your jersey.
I'm not superstitious.
You haven't worn your jersey since I got it for you.
I'm not superstitious. I don't do that. Oh, I gotta wear the same drawers for 3 weeks until they win.
Okay, no one said anything about you and your
There are some people who have some really bizarre superstitions. You know who had a superstition? Sammy Sosa. I learned his.
What was his superstition?
So whenever he would go
Is
before.
Sammy Sosa the one that bleached his skin?
Yeah.
Okay.
So before he would go out and play, before he would go on the field, he would throw water to the left or to the right, over his shoulder.
Mhm.
So
Was it holy water or just regular water?
just water.
Okay.
Although one day, I'm sitting in the dugout, and he was supposed to go out, but he had coffee.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah. So he coffee that way, coffee that way, coffee that way. I'm like, dude, what the hell? You couldn't pick nothing else to throw but coffee. But that was his ritual.
Hmm.
And then Barry Bonds, when I saw him once, and I've told you this story 100 times.
Oh, he missed the garbage can?
It's like, okay, I get it. I'm paying you $100 million to hit a baseball. I get it. And I'll say it again. I'm paying you $100 million to play baseball.
Well, you're technically not paying him $100 million.
Did you buy a hot dog for the game?
No.
Did you buy a soda or beer for the game?
No.
You just go there. Did you buy a ticket?
No.
She just showed up at the game.
Someone gave me a ticket.
Did you pay for parking?
No. I walked.
Did you ate no food, you drank no water?
I live right down the street. This was a candlestick. I just ate at the house and walked to the game.
Anyway, so all I'm saying is that he's literally standing next to a trash can. When I say literally, like right here.
Oh, so now I'm a trash can?
No, I'm showing you how close it was.
Steve, you're calling me a trash can.
No, I'm showing you how close it was.
Okay.
Arm's length.
Okay.
Okay.
I get it.
All right. So he's drinking his drink, right? Because he's about to go out there and hit some balls. It's not. This is practice. He's going out and hit some balls, and I'm like, oh man, look, that's Barry Bonds. That guy's like the all-time hitter. This is in Scottsdale. This is a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Was this before or after?
This is before
he got bulky.
Before he got. Well, no, I didn't follow all that stuff.
Okay.
I'm like, oh wow, it's Barry. And he drank his drink, and then he went like this, literally this close to space, and just dropped the cup. And I'm sitting there going, dude, the trash can is right there.
Did you say that?
No,
You didn't stand up to Barry Bonds? You should have stood up to Barry Bonds.
Yeah, that was my last time covering any sporting event.
You don't like sports anyways.
No.
Not to mention, I would have been...
First of all, it's not that I don't like sports.
Okay.
You want to explain the reason why?
No.
No, you brought that up.
I don't want to hear it again.
No, you brought it up.
About them not being fans and showing favoritism and yada, 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 and having to be objective, right?
As a journalist.
Okay, as a journalist. I get it. Okay. I get it.
I set up in the
but you don't
Dodgers.
watch baseball anyway.
In the Dodgers media thing up there. And they were playing the Dodgers at the time. I was in LA. And they were playing that. And they hit a home run. And I was like, yeah. And I was chewed out by every single journalist up there saying, you're a journalist. You don't support any team. You don't root for any team. You don't support any team.
That's like different now, though.
Oh,
you'll see people wear like the same colors and stuff as they're reporting.
I see the sun setting behind you. Interested to. I'm missing it.
I see the sun setting behind you too. Interested to hat. What? Huh? What you view.
So what you're seeing behind us?
Oh, what is the view you have? Probably.
We have the view of we're up on a mountain range. We're on top of. Sitting on. Okay.
It's fog right now.
I'll make it simpler.
Is it fog?
Yeah, we are sitting directly on top of the San Andreas fault line.
Oh, that's not good.
We are literally on the San Andreas fault line. So basically, we look straight out and all we see is ocean. We looked up, we found this place where we were renting, looking for a place to rent.
Yeah.
And it was purely luck that we found this place. And so we literally are trying our best to get everything moving so that we can continue to keep this place. And I say that because everything here is expensive. Everything here is expensive. So as we do this, we're trying to do what we can, but this was great because it's off the beaten path. I don't like the sound of planes every day. I don't like the sound of fire trucks. I don't like the sound of helicopters.
We do hear planes every now and then.
But that's because we take off from SFO.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they're not directly over our house.
No.
And like LA where you have the ghetto bird circling for 3 hours.
Or when we were in Phoenix, remember that?
Yeah.
In Phoenix, we heard helicopters all the time.
We were on a path.
Sirens all the time.
We were near 3 hospitals.
Yeah, it was crazy. We didn't realize it when we moved there. We should have, but we didn't. And yeah, so remember when I was like working overnights, I would just hear them like, or not overnights, early mornings. I would just hear it like really late and stuff, and I'd be already like waking up from just because of the sirens and stuff. But thank God for earplugs.
So here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Great view, unless there's fog.
Yeah, we've had more fog recently.
And with the fog, we have zero visibility. We have none. But on some days, the fog is below us. So that is unique because you have the sun up above and then a fair layer of fog, dense fog below us. And it's like we're the only people on the whole planet for a few minutes. Right?
That's how you see it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Thank you. All right. So the Sunday time, what you're seeing, the sun sitting behind us,
I'm trying to get you to kiss me.
is actually a reflection off the wall because we're actually facing southwest because during the summer solstice, the sun sets to the west this way. So to give you an idea where we are, we have a view from, if you want to look at a map, our view is from San Pedro Point all the way to the lighthouse.
I don't know, is that right?
Yeah, but and then our zip code is for Farallon Islands. So we have a very rare zip code. It's only for the Farallones and where we are.
Interesting.
Where are you now, David, that you missed the fog? Because you're somewhere inland, clearly. So it's a little different here for us because in Arizona right now it's like in the 90s. Right now for us, we wake up and our windows are covered in moisture from the fog. But it can be super quiet, very windy. You either have a view or you don't.
Mm-hmm. I love waking up and looking out the window and seeing like, what is it today? Is it fog right now, or do I get to actually see a view? And today it was fog.
But sometimes though.
But it was sunny. It was sunny over there, and over here it was like sunny, but then there was the layer of fog. It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So people moved to Brisbane, 10 minutes from Enfield, complain about jet noise. So ironically, that you brought that up. When I first moved to the Bay Area, I did it virtually. This was before they even called it virtually. So I was in LA and I wanted to find a place in the Bay Area. And I went online and I found Avalon Apartments that were up at Hickey Drive. This was a long time ago. And on the phone, I said, hey, I have a couple questions. Is there any airplane noise where I'm at? You go, no airplane noise. It's pretty quiet. Oh, okay. That sounds like a winner. Because the pictures look great. And that's how you know that things can be deceitful. I said, okay, my next question is there any fog? Because I don't want to be in a situation.
They should have lied to you.
They said, no, we don't have much fog here at all.
Oh, you should have just called me.
And so we get here, and literally, and I moved here from LA back in '98.
Why didn't you just call me?
And there was a knock on the door one day.
Just kidding.
And I'm like, who's at the door? We don't know anybody. And we opened the door, and there was a fog saying, hey, could you change the channel? I'm trying to watch the game. It was.
You said Carl the Fog knocked on your
door and opened up the door to me. Can you change the channel? You're watching the wrong game. And then
all of a sudden there was a plane.
Yeah, then this plane, and about the plane part. So where our apartment was, my apartment was originally it was in direct path for the jumbo jets for international flights.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was like a horror movie where you get house shaking, airplane jets noise.
So who did you talk to? And then
that was the management.
When you found it out, did you go to management?
Did you say found it out?
No, I said when you found it out.
You did. You said it again.
When you found
it out.
When you found out.
When you found it out.
I mean, when you found out, did you go talk
Well,
to
no.
them?
So I went back and talked to him. I'm like, well, I thought you said there was no fog. Oh, I don't never notice the fog. Well, I thought you said no airplanes. I never noticed those airplanes.
Oh my god.
And
So it's like white noise.
Wait, here's the best part though.
White
This is my
noise and
best
white
part.
and white view.
This is my best part.
What?
This is where my classic lines came out of nowhere. They said, and I quote, I went there and I said, hey, you don't have any screens in any of your windows. So they had no screens in any windows.
Oh.
And I said, where's your screens so we don't keep bugs from coming in? Oh, you got to buy your own screens. This is an apartment complex.
Oh my
He
god.
said, so when I said to him, I said, so what do I do at that point when I'm ready to move out? Do I look for an apartment with the screens that match my screens? I'm not upgrading your apartment complex. You guys should be upgrading it. This is your apartment complex.
And what did they say?
They never fixed the screens.
So they never put in screens.
Never put
so you
screens
never
in.
had any screens. So you never opened the windows.
Nope.
How long were you there for? 1 year? Oh wait, this is Avalon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is no longer right there by the cheesesteak place.
By the cheesesteak place? Oh yes.
It's
But so
called Easeville.
Oh, it's not the same name. No, because is it the same Avalon of that the place near the Jacks? The place like that's Avalon now.
Yeah. So it's kind of like companies buy and they trade.
Yeah.
So it was Avalon Bay Apartments on Gateway, Hickey Drive and Gateway. And the rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath when I first moved there was only $1,200.
Wow.
Now, to give you some retrospective, I realized because there was so much fog that you start to think that the whole world around you is foggy.
Yeah.
Because you don't know any different. And when you're coming from LA, oh my God, everything's fogged in. So you start to become like, kind of like, I don't want, why am I here? It's fog. Then I found out that if you drive
2 blocks.
2 blocks, it's sunny.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Or if you grow up in Bayview.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, it's sunny all the time. Because that was me when I grew up in Bayview, but then I went to school in the Sunset, and the Sunset was always foggy, always cold, and Bayview was always sunny. So I would wake up in the morning, look outside, ooh, it feels really good. Then I would get over the hill and be in the Sunset, and it was cold. So I basically had to plan my day around what it was like in the Sunset District versus Bayview.
So going back so first of all, Dave lives in Seattle, which have a lot of rain. But
oh, okay.
But
he says it's 90s. It's in the 90s right now.
But he said, pound it out, you'll be okay. Don't get me wrong. We love the weather here.
I love this way better than I love the weather in Phoenix right now. Also, I think I saw there was a comment that said Arizona right now or like Phoenix right now is like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I would not be enjoying that.
Well, I loved about the hot weather in Phoenix, the lightning storms.
Oh, you love your monsoon.
Ooh, that was just I loved it. So we like it here.
Mm-hmm. I actually love it here.
Can I finish? We like it here. And I mean that in a way like we love it here. What are you doing?
I just wanted to hold your hand.
So we like it here. It's just that sometimes you come home, it's like hella windy. And the whole house shakes when the wind blows.
That's true. And I remember when we first, so this is the weird part. We first got here, it
Hello,
was
Linda.
like 90 something degrees, right? We first got here, Labor Day weekend was 90 something degrees. We had no AC because we're like, well, why would we have AC? It's like never 90 degrees here. And then later on it was foggy, and then we didn't see any fog, and now the fog is coming back. But then remember there was a series of storms where it was windy and raining, and it felt like the house was going to collapse. So we felt like we've experienced a lot of different seasons while just being here for the fall and spring so far. Oh, fall, winter, and spring, right?
Right.
So we'll see what the summer. We know how the summer usually, typically is in the Bay Area, right?
Yes.
Cold.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the weather here. I would say it's too hot there in the Bay Area, but not hotter than Phoenix. So good for you guys. But you still have 100-degree heat coming.
Not here on the coast.
We're literally an arms a rock throw away from the ocean.
Yeah. So we would never get the 100 degrees unless we went inland. Thanks, David F. Baum.
Thank you, David. Another one, riding a firework, disappearing away from the bursting sky.
Thank you so much. Oh, Linda says she doesn't miss California. She loves Texas. Linda, were you living in the Bay Area before you moved to Texas? Because we saw there was a report. Remember, ABC7 out here did this story where like they talked to people who moved from California to Texas like a year later to see how they were doing. I didn't follow the actual story, but it was kind of interesting to see like people's perspectives of why they moved from California to Texas. So kind of interesting, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. I mean, California isn't for everyone, and like I think if it was for you at one time, it may not be always for you.
Well, I'll tell you this: when we lived in Phoenix, we walked around Tempe Town Lake.
Love that place.
It was great in the wintertime.
It was hot.
In the summertime, you had to do it at nighttime.
Yeah.
And it was always a million people out there riding skateboards and whatnot, and it was an interesting, eclectic amount of people that hung out at Tempe Town Lake.
I actually really liked walking in the heat at night because that means like we didn't have to bring jackets, we didn't have to bundle up. When you think of nighttime, you think of it being cold, but no, that was nice.
So that was fun, but you had to drive to it. You couldn't do it from home. We had a park near our house called Steele Indian School, and that was a huge park. We walk around when the weather got nice.
Except for when they have like the mosquitoes and the gnats.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the knaps. What we will do, and we will admit this, and we're going to wrap this up shortly, is that a lot of the food in the Bay Area, a lot of the good restaurants that we've known and trusted are now no longer exist.
Oh yeah, did we ask them last week?
We did ask last week, but we realizing that we found some really good restaurants in Phoenix.
Like for like every kind of food we like too. So we found a Japanese place, we found a pizza place, we found a burger place, right? We found like a few. What?
I'm trying to read what he wrote. I would change it up a bit on the cartoons of YouTube. Support you with dollars because you guys are awesome. But these are the only ones. Choose from 50 bucks.
The cartoons. Oh, because the description of like the character riding a firework, rocket disappearing.
Well, you know what
I think it's funny that it's because it's typed out on Restream, so he reads it. But like when you look at it in YouTube, it's just the actual picture.
Yeah.
So it's funny that Restream types out what the picture is. That's why he's reading it. But we could care less what the cartoon looks like.
Yeah. So the deal is that I'm on I can't really show you. I'm on a different setup. My whole setup here is I can look at all the different platforms, but Diane's checking out.
I'm on YouTube,
and
Twitch, and then I still have the Restream chat also. So I could see what it looks like on YouTube, but he personally only sees the written description of what the cartoon looks like. That's why he's reading it.
So it doesn't really come out as the way you post it. But we read what they wrote from that one, and it's great. I mean, we appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
But again, I ask you guys to subscribe to Newsbreak and look up Mr. Badley Productions, and I'm going to start posting stuff. And it's weird that a video that I posted 6 days ago has 1 billion views. The same exact video that was on YouTube got 400.
Yeah.
So
follow you on Newsbreak.
Well, follow me on Newsbreak. See if we can build these numbers up. And some more stuff coming up down the pike that I've been asked about. And we're also trying to work on doing some other videos, other things as well. We're trying as hard as we can to get things moving. It's always an uphill battle, and Diane's trying to get her business off the ground. Uphill battle, always. But, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yep.
But it crumbled today.
Don't say that. Stephens, Monday, 5:42. Happy Mother's Day from Switzerland.
Yay!
Everyone, a good time and Everyone a good time and tomorrow a good start to the new week. Thank you, Stefan.
So Stefan just woke up.
Yes. Have a great breakfast.
Hey, Stefan, I need another Swiss Army knife and some Swiss Miss instant cocoa and what else?
Swiss Miss Cocoa?
Switzerland.
I know. Is that
Oh
really
yeah,
good?
and I need some Swiss cheese, some real Swiss cheese, not the one Americans have.
David F. Baum says, I enjoy you two every Sunday. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep doing you too.
We try to do us
Thank
too.
you.
We try to do again.
We're happy to have all of you guys here.
Yeah, as I said before, and I'll say it again. You know, you guys can be anywhere, anytime, and join us. And you're here. We appreciate that. We appreciate the super chat donations. If you donated stars, I can't see them until after we're done. But tell us if you post some stars. And yes, Vegemite.
Oh, that's right.
I have a video of me trying Vegemite.
When we were in Belmont, right?
Yes. I tried Vegemite, gross as could be, but my web developer is out of Sydney, Australia.
Yeah, Anon says, isn't Vegemite Australian?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. I have a video of me trying it once. That was interesting, and yes, it is gross. But I might repost the video on. I might post it on
Newsbreak.
Yeah, Newsbreak. It's crazy. I was like, what is going on? Anything else? Any good food you tried lately that you think you want to tell everybody about?
It's not that I've tried it for the first time, but we did have a really great dinner the other night that we collabed on.
Oh, you mean the pork chops?
Before during the Warriors game. I mean, it's funny because I on social media I post a lot of my breakfast, but I don't post lunch and dinner often, which I probably should. But we had a good dinner. We had pork chops. I can't talk now. We had pork chops, roasted Brussels sprouts, and and potato.
And
potato with grass-fed butter.
And I'm gonna make me a Vegemite sandwich today.
Okay, we'll enjoy. But anyways, that dinner was so good. I'll just have to say, I grew up and not liking Brussels sprouts at all. I had a coworker in LA that heated Brussels sprouts almost every other day in the microwave. Hated the smell. But I will say I am a big fan of Brussels sprouts now.
Because of?
Was it because of Federal?
Because I turned you on to them.
Yes, because he turned me on to them. But I think we tried Brussels sprouts for the first time at Federal Pizza in Phoenix, and then I just started roasting them myself. I found a recipe online and just started roasting them, and I was like, oh, I actually like these. Very good. And I just used 3 ingredients. Well, to make the to season the Brussels sprouts: olive oil, sea salt, unrefined sea salt, and freshly ground pepper.
Let me ask you a question. When you're in Philadelphia and you get a cheesesteak, what's it called?
Cheesesteak.
So when you're in China and you get Chinese food, what's it called?
Food.
So why do people always say Philly cheesesteak?
Because we're not in Philly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go to your hometown and I'm gonna say, hey, can I get a Philly cheesesteak? And what do you think they're gonna do to me?
They're gonna know you crazy. Should I get on a glass of water?
Water?
No.
I would love a glass of water.
Yeah, I think I'm going to find that video of the Vegemite that I took and post it on Newsbreak, and that should get some good laughs.
I don't even remember what the video looks like, so I'll look for it.
Back when I had 90, well, okay, let me not fudge, because Gabe was like, oh, it wasn't 90,000, it was 88.
Oh gosh.
88,000 subscribers on YouTube. One of my followers sent me some Vegemite, and I made a Vegemite sandwich.
That sounds so gross.
It was the interesting most. I won't say, I won't disrespect my people in Australia. I won't disrespect my people in Australia, but there are different foods, different strokes for different folks.
Okay, there you go.
All right, and so they may not like peanut butter and jelly.
Maybe not.
That mic is really good.
Oh, you can hear me.
I can hear you swallow.
Oh. Hold on.
What's that song though?
Did you still hear it?
She made me a Vegemite sandwich.
Wait, can you still wait?
Minute work.
Oh, I don't know.
Gabriel
gave you the number.
With or without whiz.
Ooh.
I like it with white American for a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I don't do the cheese whiz. I don't do cheese whiz.
I think I tried it once with cheese whiz.
You ever had Fluff-O-Mutter?
No, what's Fluff?
You ever had the marshmallows that you
s'mores?
No, it's a cream in a jar and you put it on a sandwich, marshmallows, peanut butter marshmallow sandwich.
No.
You never had those?
No, I've never. What's a peanut butter marshmallow sandwich?
I forgot what it was called though. It's a jar, and remember the guy from what's that movie? We were watching Ghostbusters, the big the Stay Puft Marshmallow guy.
Yeah.
So that used to be a cream that you could put on your sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was made out of marshmallows?
Yeah. At least we did not steal your water like last week. So yeah. I got confused for a second.
I stole your water.
Fluff.
Last week, I think.
So it's marshmallow fluff, and you literally would go there, scoop it, and put it in your sandwich with the bread. I mean, that was just like a jar of sugar.
Okay, that sounds gross.
We gotta get you some one day and try it.
No, okay.
Get to live on the edge.
I live on the edge.
Rubber scissors.
I live on the edge already. The edge of the cliff.
Shh. Don't tell nobody.
Okay. Hence the name Fluffer Mutter.
Yeah, but hold on, because there's a different name for it in America.
Is there?
Hold on, I'm gonna find out.
Oh gosh.
Don't keep talking.
He says Fluffer Mutters are a New England thing. Marshmallow cream. I don't know. That doesn't sound appetizing to me, guys.
So it was called. Oh yeah, Jet Puffed. But there's another one too, though. So hold on. Shut up. Can you see?
Oh yeah. I think I still see those in the store though.
Yeah, I said we can buy some, but I'm curious to see what the ingredients are for this
I
thing.
don't want to try it. Well, I'm sure there's gelatin in there. But I'm sure there's also probably like dextrose and all the other names.
Oh, I'll tell you what's in it right now. Hold on.
Refined sugar.
So the first ingredient is corn syrup.
Oh gosh.
Water, egg, artificial flavor, cream of tartar, xanthan gum, and artificial color blue #1.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow. Well, artificial blue #1.
I love how it says do not microwave in jar. So don't go like this in the jar.
Oh yeah, there wouldn't be gelatin in it because gelatin would make it hard.
Did you see it?
No, what?
It says don't microwave in jar.
What? Don't microwave.
It's a tiny wave in a jar.
You guys, what is wrong with this man? Don't micro. Oh my gosh.
What?
I can't. I can't. Are you guys seeing this? Oh, what is wrong with you?
It's a microwave. All right.
Okay.
Stanley needs some sleep.
Robert, I think Stanley needs more than sleep. You need major help.
Little microwaves.
Oh my gosh. Okay. On that note.
We know you dote on him.
What?
We know you dote on him.
What?
What is?
I'm not seeing that message yet.
This. What is a dote?
I didn't get that message.
I just posted it.
We know you dote on him. You have a handful. Oh my gosh.
Whatever. Don't believe the hype. Oh, you're right. Rice Krispie treats are made with marshmallow cream.
Oh.
I love marshmallow treats.
Mm.
All right.
I could do without.
Hey guys, so Diane told me today we're going to make sure we don't go more than an hour. So I've kept it.
As we've gone 101 minutes, which is an hour and 41 minutes.
You know what though? I love lemon water. I made my own the other day.
You two always have water issues. Lemon water in the AM for Mr. Behaving Badly. It's on the side over there. I brought you water today.
I know, and I took some sparkling water and put fresh lemon in it. Squeezed it. That was fun. All right.
One of those treats made from melted marshmallows.
Yes. So here's my final question, and we're out of here. So you cannot eat marshmallows if you are a blank.
Are you asking me or the chat?
I'm asking chat.
Okay.
Answer in the chat. If you cannot, unless they're a special kind of marshmallows. So we just all want to know, does he deserve? Yes, I deserve the lemon water.
No, you didn't read it correctly. He says we all just want to know what he does to deserve that lemon water. He's a very kind man, very caring, very generous, very patient.
I'm extremely patient.
And gives very unconditional love.
Very, very patient person.
He's very patient.
Patient beyond the normal scope of being patient.
He's also very humble.
Very humble. I'm so humble. I'm the best. I'm the best player in the NBA.
He's humbly the best player in the NBA. Do you guys remember where that's from? That's a quote.
What times are you on when you do these live shoes? Well, we don't have any live shoes.
Brian, we usually go live at around 7 o'clock Pacific on Sundays.
But we don't have any shoes on.
David F. Baum, no, I take out the trash. We both take out the trash.
Wow.
We both take out the trash.
I just felt the bus just drive over me.
What's the bus yellow?
The little short bus.
Is it the bus with the microwave?
Mm-hmm. So we do these shows every Saturday, every Sunday, and we say we're gonna be live at 6:30. But if you
Does he make you a special breakfast? No, I make the breakfast. Most of the time.
Okay, just for the record, I used to make all the breakfast.
Oh my
in
gosh. Here we go again. We used to make all the breakfast in Arizona. And I did all the cleaning, yes. And now I break the breakfast and do the cleaning.
You know, people believe that stuff too, right? Anyway.
Because it's true.
All right. I make her very good food. And sometimes I make her something that she likes to make is the blueberry compote.
I haven't had that in a while. Can I have that for breakfast tomorrow morning?
I make whole grain pancakes.
Can I have that for breakfast tomorrow morning?
I don't know. Let's see how time I wake up. I make her whole grain pancakes.
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
Anyway, so it looks like she's not getting any work for a while.
Stanley, do something special soon.
Oh yeah, I'll give her something special. A little microwave.
Oh, microwave. Jeanette says this is much more entertaining than watching the news.
In other news,
In other news, oh my gosh, did you guys see Stanley's reel the other day where he's like, well, breaking news, I just got the scoop, and he's holding a scoop. And he made me shoot that too. He goes, hey, record me real quick. And then I had no idea why I'm recording him. And then he says, breaking news, I just got the scoop. And I'm like, I can't believe I just recorded
I
that.
try to record stuff organically with Diane. I literally try to record stuff so we can have something funny. And this is our typical response. Can I see my phone?
Yes,
This
you
is
can
my
see
typical
it.
response. Let me see it, please. So I want to record something organic. And her response is, "Are you recording me? Are you recording me? Are you recording me?" Secret handshake involves a microwave. I'm trying.
We do have a secret handshake. Let's do it.
That's not secret. If we
Oh.
showed everybody.
Oh, it's not really a secret, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Just
Is
a
it
handshake.
secret?
No.
Oh, let's do our handshake.
No, it's okay. You just clown me in front of a million people. And now you want me to do a secret handshake with you? Nope. Here, eat some marshmallow fluff.
Wow. Okay, I'm a boomer.
I'm millennial. Speaking about that, how come we don't ever give Gen X's grief?
Well, because neither one of us is a Gen X.
No. How come we don't give them grief?
Because Gen Xers are cool. They're in between us. You're a boomer. Oh, I'm the boomer, actually. Gen X and then millennials.
I used to record myself practicing on the trombone. It's unintentionally awful. You know what's unintentionally awful? Hearing myself after these things are over and playing them back.
Oh, you guys. Was it last week? There was the one part where I was telling the story about Stanley not knowing the 76ers center, and
you told that story.
No, I know. I told the story last week, and I played it back to listen to it because a lot of you guys in the chat were like, "We're gonna need a translation. We don't understand you." And so I wanted to hear for myself what it sounded like, and I could not stop laughing because I was like, oh yeah, okay, I don't understand a word I'm saying. I couldn't finish the story though because I was laughing so hard. But yes, I pretty much understand now why everyone was like, we need a translation. And I played it like twice because I couldn't stop laughing. Gabriel says it's 12 a.m. here. Oh, it's 9 o'clock, babe.
All right, go to bed, Gabriel.
All right, guys.
And learn about male areolas.
Oh gosh, how about we don't? Okay, on that note, I'm a boomer. Or no, you're supposed to start. Go. I'm a boomer.
Phenomenal.
I was gonna say.
Phenomenal.
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 Don't say that again.
All right, fine. All right, guys, I'm millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And we thank you again for joining us and say a good Happy Mother's Day again.
Happy
if you're not a mother, Happy Mother's Day anyway. Maybe one day you might be a mother. Maybe you identify as a mother. I used to call Uncle Butch every Mother's Day and say Happy Mother's Day.
So random.
I did.
And your Aunt Margaret probably got.
I don't care. I come, hey, Uncle Butch, Happy Mother's Day. You mother.
Oh gosh.
Blooch. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for the stars and super chats and all that great stuff that comes with it. And one day we'll have our own national talk show. We'll be like, I knew those guys. Let me in. They're like, no, we don't know people. We do like the Wendy Williams walk. What? Did you say it?
I heard what you
The
said.
Wendy Williams walk.
Me.
What?
I heard what you said.
Is that a microwave? All right, guys.
I feel like I'm like this. Bye, guys.
Microwave.
Microwave.
Thank you for listening to Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts. Millennial Boom and Reasons Why Aliens Will Never Invade Earth and Caught Misbehaving videos are made possible through viewer donations. Check out www.linktree.com/MrBadleyTV to see how you can help. See you next week.